Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is All Things Rosa. It's been a while, but we are back now. Karibuni, please subscribe, share, comment, and give a thumbs up. Today we are talking about an arranged marriage. And what is your understanding about arranged marriage? Personally, I believe that an arranged marriage, or my understanding of an arranged marriage, is a situation where two single people, that is man and woman, are brought together by family, could either be extended or nuclear family, with an intent to get them married or as one. And just for me not to expound further on that, I have a very amazing guest, a good friend of mine from way back, that will shed more light on the topic and will give us amazing insights on it. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much. My name is Ngashara Mawor Obado. I'm a wife to Hilary Omondi, and I'm a mother of two. I'm also a baker. I love baking. That's my passion. And I'm glad to be in the show.
Now, as we had said, you see Linda here. I don't know if she mentioned that she's a baker, but she's a really, really good baker. You should taste her cakes. So I'll just take you straight to our topic and ask, what is your understanding of an arranged marriage?
To me, my understanding of an arranged marriage is where, like a parent, or just like you said, it can be someone from a nuclear family, or an extended family. Has seen some lady or a man that they like, and they would really want the person to join their family. So they go to the family of the lady, or mostly the family of the lady, because in African tradition it is the man who identifies the wife.
Oh yeah.
So in this case, since it is not the man that is in the position of identifying the wife, it is the parents or whoever it is, maybe an uncle or an auntie, who has identified some lady somewhere. So they go and approach the lady or the family of the lady and request if these two can meet. And then in case things work out, the two can get married. So I think that's my understanding of an arranged marriage. Because you see, in the first place, they were brought together by people. The two people were brought together by other people. It's not like they met like the way other relationships start. Met.
Yeah. Okay. They did not find themselves and started dating and all that. Yeah. So do you think that arranged marriage can work in Kenya, or should be introduced in Kenya? And mostly, do you think arranged marriage can work in churches as well? If we narrow it down to a smaller segment, do you think it's workable in church? And outside church as well, do you think it should be introduced in Kenya and it can work?
Out of my understanding, arranged marriage can work, but it can only work if the two people that are being brought together are ready for it. Because you see, you can bring two people together, but they are not on the same page. So it can end up in a situation where this person wants this person wants the other. So you find that in most cases you end up differing and it won't work. But if you are on the same page, I being one of the people who have benefited from an arranged marriage, yes, it can work, but it can only work if people are on the same page. About the church, I'm not sure about that, because you see, in churches are different. People have different rules in their churches. There are churches where they would prefer, when they see a lady and a guy often together, then there's an assumption that these two are together. But in real sense, you can find that they're not together. Like me, I had such a situation when I was in my 20s. I found myself in such a situation where I had a friend, and the people in the church thought that we were together, but in real sense we were not together. Yeah, so it was just like sort of people seeing you guys looking so good, like that couple. So the church starts
They start
building.
matching you together.
They start matching you and start imagining you guys having babies.
Wamekushonea vitenge.
Yote. I remember some
their
people even
mind,
telling my mom, tumeona kijana yako, and my mom is like, kijana yangu mgani, you know. Yeah, so I think in church settings,
it might be a bit difficult. So you mentioned that you're part of the people that benefited in the. You're one of the beneficiaries. You're one of the beneficiaries of an arranged marriage.
Yeah.
Would you not mind sharing how you guys met and how it went and how you can say your marriage currently is?
Okay, so I met my husband through my mother-in-law. So I used to study in a certain college in town, and my mother-in-law used to go to the same college. So then I was doing my diploma, and one day I went to class and I met another lady there, and we were just having some random talks. But what I didn't know is that this lady is my mother-in-law's colleague. That's what I didn't know. We were just having this normal class thing, just having fun. So out of the discussion, I remember the lady telling me, she was also elderly. She wasn't just a lady. She was like a mama. She just told me, I love your insight. I love your views. I love the way you contribute. You've contributed to this conversation, because the conversation then was about relationships. So she told me, may I have your number? I was like, sure. Let me give you my number. And I gave her my number. And I think from there, we never spoke. That was sometime in April 2015. So we never spoke. She never called me. You know, you give someone your number and then they just
you're wondering where they disappeared to.
Where did they go to? Yeah. And then also she stopped coming to class. So I didn't know where she went. So I even went and forgot about that story. And I remember at that time I was in a very shaky relationship. So I think in the month of May that year, that is still 2015, I was really praying to God to get me out of the situation that I was in at that time, because I felt like I was being suffocated in that relationship, and I felt like I deserved better. You see, the way you want to get out of something, but you don't have the strength to get out of it, because
fear of unknown.
Fear of the unknown, and then secondly, as ladies, sometimes when you say, nimemalizana na hiyo story, then you see they call you like,
he's thinking of me.
Yeah,
I know the feeling.
Yeah, that's a feeling of it ends up becoming a roller coaster. 1 minute you're in, you're out, you're in, you're out.
You know it's toxic, but you're not willing to really
let go. Exactly. So it's in such kind of a situation. But in the month of May, I went into prayer. Serious prayer, by the way. My prayer then was for this bad relationship to work. But the more I prayed about it, the more it became even worse. And I remember before the end of the month, the last week of May, I prayed to God and told God, I really wish to get out of this relationship. It's like, I really wish to get out of this relationship, and please, when you get me into the next relationship, let it be my marriage. I don't want to date. I don't want to be involved in these funny things.
You don't want to try.
I don't want. I was like literally tired. If it is not my husband, then let me just forget about relationships. And I remember I had even planned my life. I was like, when I'm getting out of this is what I had. Like, I'm going back to school. I'm going to finalize my school. You know, my college. I finish my diploma. I move out of my parents' house. I go find my place. So I had like planned everything. Yes, I had planned out everything in me. You know. So, in the last month of May, that mama came again. And when she came, she called me. somewhere in town, and she just told me, I just want us to meet briefly. I was like, yeah. She was like, I took your number because there's a friend of mine who has a son and wants a wife. Sincerely speaking, I burst out.
Yeah,
I really laughed.
That would be really shocking.
Yeah,
like for me, if someone told me that, I would be like, whoa.
She was just direct. She didn't even like lie or play around with words. Like, no, I have a friend who has a son and wants a wife. And I was like, seriously, a whole man cannot find himself a wife.
Yeah.
What is wrong with him? But no, it just says that the son is just the calm type, the quiet type, just loves staying indoors and stuff, and doesn't like meeting people. So I was like, who the hell does that? I mean, I was the type that loved, life, like
your
today,
hype and everything.
yes.
And knowing Linda,
And then,
she can be out there,
yeah,
like really out there.
So now you're imagining someone wants to hook you up to someone who's like, anakuanga tu kwa nyumba. I was like, wow, okay, this is a tricky one. But she asked me, how old are you? I think I was then 25. And she's like, you're a grown-up. Go sit down, think about it, then you let me know.
So because of time, and I see my directors trying to tell me, how did you get to actually meet now your husband? Did you meet through the woman, or did you meet you?
Actually, what happened, I gave her a call, the lady. I told her, I think I'm ready to meet the person who has sent you, whom you suggested. And he's like, okay, fine, we're going to meet the mom first before you can meet the guy. I was like, sure. So I went, met the mom, and we had a small talk, and the mom gave me the number of the guy, and the mom also gave my number to the son. And I remember vividly, 1st June, that's when I first received a phone call from my husband. But I had saved it on my phone, so I knew who was calling. And I can tell you that phone call
was different.
It was so different. You see the way you receive a phone call and there's just a flood of peace, like you're not forcing things. It's just flowing.
Everything is okay.
Yeah, so we had a nice conversation there, and then he told me, can we meet? So our first meeting was around 7th of June. I always keep those dates. I'm good at keeping
your
dates.
memory is good.
I can even tell you the time. It was around 2:30, Pale Railways. So we met and we went for a date somewhere in Rongai. We sat down, we got to know each other, and nice. I think it was just smooth. Everything was so smooth.
And he was direct. He wanted a wife.
He didn't even beat about the bush. He talked about where he works, what he does, things like that. And he didn't even talk about a wife, funny enough. It was just, the only thing that I can hint that he talked about a wife is when he asked me, would you like to live in Rongai? And I was like, nah, I can't live in this dust. That's according to me, that's what I used to think about Rongai, because of the way it was dusty then. I don't know about now. Yeah, because it was way back.
Way back, when the roads were all... Yeah, you see ladies, you can get your man anywhere. When you're walking out there, be very cautious of these old mamas. Talk nicely. You might just get the call. Anyway, just joking. But Linda here managed to get a husband through the mother-in-law. And I can attest that her marriage is going on well and it's workable. So just to add on one or two, maybe I might have spoken to you about the marriage. Is it going well?
Perfectly well.
It is perfectly well, and you're happy in the marriage.
That's why I opened by saying an arranged marriage can only work if two people are on the same page
and are ready to marry.
And they're ready to take up the sacrifices that come with marriage. Because what I can say is we met in June. In September he came home. In November he was paying dowry.
Wow.
So as we didn't even have that thing of dating or anything. We didn't have that time for knowing each other. We knew each other in the house. We are 6 years married now.
Yeah, that is what I wanted to ask. How long have you been in the marriage?
Yeah, we're 6 years now.
Now, what would you tell the single ladies out there that are probably crying out and crying foul, if that is the wrong word to use, but The ladies that feel like their time is not coming, or rather they've hooked their mind on one place that they are going to find their man there, or generally ladies that are actually looking but feel like they're almost giving up on their search. What would you tell them? Word of encouragement, or how to go about their daily life in singlehood? Because before marriage you are at a singlehood stage, right?
Yeah.
And you've gone through it, and you've known the agony of being single and the joy of being a single woman. So what would you tell these women as they wait?
According to me, men are hunters. As a woman, okay, in the current society, you can find a situation where a lady just sees a guy and goes like, you know what, I like you. Can we do this? You know,
They're
are
bold.
those bold, courageous women. But now, if you're just talking about normal life, the way life as we know it, men are hunters. So as a single woman, there's no wrong time, there's no right time. Me being a believer, everything in this life is planned by God. Your life is planned by God, mine is planned by God. I might get married early, you might get married late, but God has a plan.
He has planned for our timings. Yeah.
Everything, the Bible says that God has planned every single thing on this earth. To you, it can be 1,000 days. I'm 36, I'm 40 or something, but to God it might be a day. And to you, you're feeling like it's forever. So for single ladies, I would advise them to take it easy, to take it easy on themselves, you know, and focus on building yourself. Build yourself. If it is a career, build it. If it is a business, build it. Clap for those ones who are getting married. Be their best mates, you know, celebrate people. When it is God's time, He will make it happen. Yes, but make sure that when that guy comes and finds you, let him find you in a good position, not in a sorry state. No, let him find you in a good position, like someone who has got her act together. You getting? Because sometimes you can be thinking that you're ready for that marriage. When you get into it, it's when you realize, gosh, I was not ready for this. It's only that the peer pressure was just coming and you're like, hey, I need to get married. But do you really know what that marriage is? Because you've ever heard of the term, wengine wanataka kuingia, wengine wanataka kutoka.
Exactly.
Yes.
Kuna wale wanatamani.
Kuna wale wanatamani kuingia, wengine wanatamani kutoka. Yes. So there's no hurry. And above all, prayer. We have to pray about these things, because you never know. You can get married and you get married to a narcissist. You'll regret the rest of your life, you see. But what we are always looking forward to is to find yourself in a marriage that will last long. You know, like where you can bear kids, you can live happily, you know, such kind of a marriage. So there's no need of you rushing just because of peer pressure, and then you find yourself in a situation where you have to get out of that marriage because it's not working. So just take it easy, be easy on yourself. Above all, build yourself and pray to God. At the right time, you will make it happen.
Okay. Thank you so much, Linda, for being here with us. We really appreciate, and thank you for gracing my channel.
You're welcome.
I love your support. And ladies, have you heard all that? Don't rush. And always be ready. As you're waiting, do something. Don't be found sorry. If I'm not wrong, those are the words that she said. And as you've heard, her story is quite charming. You see, she met someone, she didn't meet the person directly, they are having a good marriage, it's working, and things are flowing nicely. Meaning, everyone has a story to tell, and everyone has their different love stories. So you can have yours, you can meet yours anywhere. You can meet through someone, you can meet them on the road, you can meet them in a train. It doesn't matter where we meet. What matters is it the will of God? And how do you tell when it's the will of God? So that is what you need to work on. Thank you so much for watching to the end, and please subscribe to my channel, like, and if you love to be part of the guest, please follow me on Facebook at Rosa Nyarath, and send me an inbox, or I'll put my number down there. You can just SMS. And if you have a captivating love stories, we love stories, and we love success marriages because marriage works. Thank you. I've been your host, Rosa Nyarat.